Three flight attendants disguised gold as chocolate, then used their special status to try and smuggle it overseas by plane. But just as they reached the security checkpoint, the guards suddenly said they needed to inspect their suitcases. The three of them frowned in panic. If the gold was discovered inside, they'd be facing serious prison time. Soon the chocolate inside the luggage was pulled out. It looked like everything was about to fall apart. But just then, Xiaomei's boyfriend walked up and stepped in to help. Turns out Chong was actually the airport's head of security. Even though the staff didn't want to let them through, they had no choice but to follow orders and back off. Following Chong's signal, the three boarded the plane. They just narrowly avoided disaster, but later they discovered the person who ratted them out was actually the boss behind the gold smuggling wing, and he did it to use them as bait so the security team would focus on them, while he secretly snuck out tons of gold himself. Once the three realized the truth, they came up with a bold new plan. They disguised themselves as flight attendants and quietly slipped onto Sang Biao's private jet, then dropped sleeping pills into some drinks. Kami handed them over to the boss and his crew. Sure enough, after one glass, they all passed out cold. Seizing the moment, Xiaomei and her friends rushed to the cargo hold. When they opened the suitcases, they were stunned. Inside were piles of gold bars and gold balls. But instead of getting greedy, each of them just grabbed one suitcase and got out of there. By the time Sang Biao and his men woke up, they were strapped to their seats. Before they could even react, the plane was completely surrounded by police. Soon the gold hidden inside the jet was all found, and Sang Biao was headed straight for justice. Meanwhile, Xiaomei and her friends had already escaped with the gold and started a new life filled with peace and luxury.